What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Eric Taylor, Taylor to Astrology, back with another really cool video. It's muy importante. Escuchen. This is Neptune, the planet Neptune, in the sixth house, seis. All right? You know Neptune's all about the water. So let's break down what Neptune is, then the sixth house, and what it all means. Okay? Like always, please read the description down below, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, tell your peeps, tell your friend to tell a friend about your boy Eric Taylor. So the planet Neptune, this nebulous planet, I mean, come on. Neptune, kind of connected with Pisces in the 12th house. Neptune is about your spirituality, how your soul needs to evolve in this lifetime spiritually. It's your imagination, your creativity, right? It's nebulous. It's a fog. It puts a fog over wherever it is in the natal birth chart. It dissolves the energy. There's no boundaries, right? It's poetry and art and dance and writing and rhyming and singing and sculpting, painting. Neptune is illusion, delusion, because Neptune will make you be very unrealistic and delude yourself. You'll just lie to yourself about certain things. It's being idealistic. It's dreams, fantasies, right? It's addictions, chemicals, the pharmaceuticals, all types of addictions, alcohol, drugs, sex, anything. Neptune is also the subconscious and unconscious mind, okay? Them things stored up in the cranium. Neptune is also deception, where people will purposefully, try to lie to you, okay? Neptune, you can also see, like I was saying, the pharmaceuticals, but it's, specifically chemicals. It's also, you're going to see like nitrogen gas. It's disease, okay? So Neptune, it's very hard to put your finger or thumb on it, right? To understand and comprehend. When you are talking about the sixth house is very opposite of Neptune. It's more that Virgo, daily routine, realistic energy. What's the sixth house? Similar to Virgo, not exactly the same. It's your work, right? So the first through fifth house is like birth to college, your childhood years. When you get to the sixth house, this is the house of the champions. You got to make it happen here. Because now you're an adult, right? It's your first apartment, your first car, your work, your daily routine. You got to keep a schedule. You got to brush your teeth, wash your hair, clean your face, put on your deodorant, set your alarm clock, get to work on time, right? It's conflicts. It's your co-workers, your bosses. You can see divorce in the sixth house. This is your health, your hygiene, the daily routine, right? That exercise program. In the sixth house, you're also going to see your mother's siblings, so your aunt and uncle from the maternal side of the family, okay? And this is even if you're, adopted into a family, step family, whatever it is, but it'll be the mother's siblings, okay? You can also see small pets. The sixth house is where we will see your small pets. You can also see a lot of veterinarians here, okay, in terms of what people might do for work. So we put this together. What does Neptune in the sixth house mean? Also, let me tell you some famous people, even though I think you're famous. I hope you guys don't get tired of me saying that like a broken record, because I really mean it. I just give you these names of people because I find it interesting. It's entertaining. Got to be entertaining. But it also gives you a point of reference that you can relate to some of these people because you kind of know something about them, right? So we're talking about Gandhi, John Lennon. Yeah, imagine all the people. The Beatles, yeah, that John Lennon. Morgan Freeman, Kanye West, Selena Gomez. Oh, my girl, Keisha Cole. You know, I love me some Keisha Cole. She be singing. Kiki Palmer. Tyler, the Creator. Creative dude. And your boy, Will Smith. Okay? So that's an interesting group of people. You can definitely see some things from them that can give you a little window into what the Neptune 6th house story plays out. But remember, this is just one aspect of your birth chart. And speaking of aspects, this is why you got to email me directly. Be like, yo, Eric, I need to get a birth chart reading, solar return, whatever it is, right? Because you want to know what planets are conjunct Neptune in the 6th house, what's trining it in the 2nd or the 10th, right? What's sextiling it in the 4th or the 6th, what's opposing it in the 12th house, where Neptune really belongs, right? And that helps paint and tell a more more detailed story to having your Neptune in the 6th house. So the 6th house, as you can tell, is all about a schedule and a plan. That doesn't work for Neptune. Neptune is about daydreaming, right? And a lot of times when you have this placement, you don't want to go to a 9-to-5 job and clock in every day. It can be extremely challenging for you, and you can feel trapped. You can get emotionally depressed. It can affect your health. It can have you, go to work and not be productive. Neptune in the 6th house is one of those placements where you can be very confused about how to plan out your day to keep an organized schedule. So what you've got to really try to understand here is, one, tap into the imagination. That's going to help you, the creativity. But you've got to find a way to be organized. And a lot of these people, they need to create their own lane, right? To have their own mission, their own purpose, their own business or job or career, the work. And remember, the 6th house is also service. So a lot of these people are going to be in a situation at work where they can be taken advantage of by coworkers or their boss because they are very helpful. They're very compassionate, right? Neptune is compassion, empathy. This is the energy sponge. So number one, you can be very sensitive at work to sound, to coworkers' influence, your boss, energy, to the point that it can affect your intuition and your psychic ability, where you will not be as productive or creative and access your imagination, because you can just be getting this energy overload of information. And then it kind of like just pulls you out, right? So these people really need to try to write out their schedule, set alarm clocks on their cell phone, the voice memo, whatever little tips and kind of little push buttons to help you figure out how to stick to the routine, stick to the schedule, to keep things more practical, logical, right? Because Neptune, like I said, there's no boundaries. It's not like Mercury or Saturn. It's not logical. It is in the 5D world. And this house is all about the 3D logical, practical, analytical details, work. Another thing, not only should these people potentially have their own job or have their own business, or do something that's extremely creative, that they have got to find a way to be of service. So even after work, volunteering, some charity work, working with animals, helping animals, feeding the homeless, things like that can kind of help tune you in to the right frequency for how you vibrate on your daily routine. Does that make sense? Also, there needs to be, when you're out and about, you are sort of just this placement. I'm not talking about anything else, right? Just Neptune in the sixth house. I'm not talking about the sun is here or Mercury or Saturn. Just Neptune in the sixth house. You're really an energy sponge. So you're absorbing, in the cab or the train or in your car and traffic and work and a lunch break and, negative energy and people talking smack and coworkers and jealousy and envy and the boss hating on you or coming down on you for not doing a better job. That all like just boom, boom, it just keeps sticking to the ribs and absorbing. So when you come home, you literally need to detox and you need like an energy bath. So it's like taking off your clothes, drink your water, wash your hands, maybe take a shower, wash your face. If nothing else, at least make sure you're washing your hands and changing your clothes. And before you engage with your husband or wife or kids or siblings or roommates in college, you might need like 5 to 15 minutes to just like woosah it out and just meditate and chill and just breathe and drink some, bebo agua, right? Drink some water, because that's going to help you. Okay. Now also remember, because it creates a fog and you might not be so realistic, you can be at work hating your job, but instead of doing the things you need to do to start your own business or whatever, you're just daydreaming. You're just in a fantasy world and you're like, oh, I want to be, this big singer, or I want to do this, or I want to be a veterinarian one day. You've got to put plans and measures and checkpoints, bullet points in your mental Rolodex, but maybe even up on a chalkboard in the home or a whiteboard, where you set these daily goals and mantras of what you need to do to change your position in life if you're not happy. Because what will happen if you're really hating your job and you're just depressed? You're going to get into emotional eating, emotional drinking, emotional sex, not like good emotional sex, like unhealthy. You can be prone to potentially having affairs at work. Your boss, different people hitting on you and you getting, being taken advantage of. These things can play out. But on the positive side, you're freaking brilliant. You can tap in when you kind of figure out the daily routine and the schedule, and you're drinking your water and you're focused on your health and hygiene, whether you do swimming or you try to exercise 3 days a week. And it doesn't have to be like you're like the Hulk. It could just be walking, speed walking, get a daily routine of meditation and prayer. You're going to vibrate on a higher level. So then you can be extremely imaginative and creative at work. You can be like pure magic, where your coworkers and boss are like, oh my God, Michael or Jennifer or Irene or Stephanie, they're like, they're insane. They came up with this, they did that. They're brilliant. Because you really are. Because remember, you can access downloads from spirit, from God, from the source. But it's when you are spiritually and emotionally healthy that you can do this. Now, another thing, stress is not going to work well for you, so it can bring on random, strange sicknesses and illnesses. That's the sixth house, sicknesses and illnesses. But remember, Neptune is disease. Here, you can definitely have some, in whatever the sign is, right? This could be Neptune, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Cap, Aquarius, Pisces. But you can definitely have some rare or strange, bizarre diseases come up. You can definitely have some issues with your feet and toes. And sometimes some psychological, emotional issues, right? You might do better working in an environment where it's in isolation, where you can have headphones on and you're at the computer, where you can play music. You are really a creative being. For you, it would be great if you, were part of a film company and a film set, and you were, doing graphics or doing lighting or set design or photography, film, that's Neptune, film photography. You were an actor, an actress, a singer, a rapper. Doing something creative would benefit you, but you can also be in the business, right? Neptune Capricorn here, the entertainment business. Neptune Scorpio, you could be a great healer here. Neptune Sag, really deep spiritual healer, preacher, someone that is really about charity and service, someone who's dedicated to saving or working or helping homeless people, or helping, since this deals with divorce, helping single mothers with their children, right? Doing some sort of work like that, or the lost pets and animals. You could be the brilliant veterinarian. Now, also, I would tell you, we're dealing with sort of work. It's not like the 10th house where it's the public image and it's the jungle outside the house. This could be work in the house, or just running the errands, or all those different things combined. So you really can benefit working close to water, living close to water, or maybe having fish for pets, or even just having like a water feature in your home, like a little water fountain thing. Seriously, it can kind of soothe you, calm you. Even if you're writing and creating, let's say you're writing a book, have some light music, jazz, instrumentals, classical, whatever it is, but just have some music playing in the background that can motivate you and kind of keep you more focused. But understand that this is going to be challenging for you, so you have to be hyper intentional about having a schedule and a plan, and maybe even setting timers every 15, 20 minutes to make sure you're checking in and doing what it is you need to get done for your daily routine. Set up that schedule. Maybe have a personal trainer so you're dedicated to working out, or do, exercise in a pool could be very beneficial for you. Swimming, stuff like that, water therapy. One thing that you can find here that can benefit you is that you have an energy of coloring outside the lines. There are no boundaries for you. And so that can actually turn to a benefit, right? You could be brilliant like Kanye and John Lennon, or, you can be this great humanitarian, someone of service, also the healer. But whatever it is, you can really kind of tap in to that 5D spiritual realm and unleash some things. And this is why I would tell you to keep a dream book and also write letters to your younger self, healing the inner child. This is what I would tell all my clients, but for you, this placement, it would be a serious blessing for you. Because when you have this and you do that, you can open up and access the subconscious mind, right? So you're not just on autopilot, because sometimes we live life just unconsciously. We're just like going here, I go there, I do this, I do that. Well, if you kind of tap into the dream book and the subconscious mind, you can actually heal your inner child and get to a place where you are growing and evolving your energy to heal, the wounds from your childhood that are sort of trapped in your subconscious mind. It can be an extreme, gift to yourself. So it's just something, food for thought to try that can really help you with this placement and just help you understand the map of your life and your birth chart, okay? So really try to put different things into practice in a place where, it's all about structure and boundaries and rules and logical analytical thinking. Well, with the Neptune here, that's not hard. That's not easy for you to do. It's very challenging for you. So then you have to be hyper vigilant and intentional to handle what you need to do for your work, health, service, daily routine, hygiene. Okay? So, I think that's really it. Neptune in the 6th house, you're too legit to quit. Don't ever give up. Stay meditating. I would say 30 minutes a day would do you bueno, but really give yourself some grace and mercy. And don't let people get you out of like your zone of who you are. You are intuitive. You are naturally creative. You got a great imagination. You're spiritual. You are someone who has compassion and empathy. So be you. Do you. All right? Do me a favor. Follow the Instagram, the TikTok. Come join me on Patreon. $5 or $10 a month. Follow the Twitter at Big3 Astrology, tailored to see. Catch the astrology that comes throughout poetry from the E. And, just be the best version of yourself. Oh, and come on, this Sunday, June 12th. Sunday, June 12th, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific over Zoom. Astrological Coffee Talk with Eric, only $15. Email me directly, tailored2coaching@gmail.com. It's a lot of fun. And what are we talking about? Freaking Neptune! The planet Neptune. I'm going to break it down like it had never been broke down before. You understand? All right. Eric Taylor, Tailored to Astrology. This, Neptune in the 6th house. Face. Peace.